Are you serious? Are you serious? I believe we're live.
Are you serious?
We are live. Okay. And I'm so glad to see each and every one of you today. This is the coming apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and we've got a very important day for you today. Bart Begley will be doing 2 videos later in the day with some more information breaking. I'm going to be doing a live show at 1 hour from now at 12 noon with a ton of information that's happening. Things are happening so fast now in Bible prophecy, it is very difficult to keep up with it. But the pages, as the interview I did with Coast to Coast Sunday night, I was asked by George Norrie, it seems like he said prophecy is starting to happen very quickly. He said everyone is noticing it now. And even on the secular radio station like Coast to Coast, there were people calling in from all across the country. They're all watching now because of the wars and rumors wars. Let me put a shout out right now for noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. So is investing in silver today a good idea? Well, Colin Plume from our friends at noblegoldinvestment.com, they think so. On the national desk, he explained there have been huge sell-offs of silver because of a low price right now. Silver is the most useful industrial metal out there, and demand for it is soaring for electronics and electric cars and solar panel circuits and on and on and on. The Green New Deal is increasing the need for silver. As industries pick up after the pandemic supply chain issues, the trend now should reverse quickly, and silver's prices should skyrocket. So don't miss this. Give the team at noblegoldinvestment.com a call, and that number is 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. If you set up a silver or gold IRA, $20,000 or more, they will send you this stunning 3 ounces of pure silver American Virtue coin. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous collector's item. It's 3 ounces of pure silver. It can be yours for free if you set up, and you do need to look at your 401k or your IRA, your rollover. You need to diversify. You know you do. The stock market is most of you, your 401k in the last year has lost 30% of its value. Some of you worse than that. It's time for you to get in control of your own destiny. Put some of your money into silver, and when the price of silver goes up, instead of losing money, you'll be gaining and protecting your value. That's noblegoldinvestment.com. All right. So what we have here right now is a very critical time. North Korea has fired a missile at Japan again. The reason I say again is they fired 2 missiles at Japan about 6 months ago. But now, as you guys know, last night, I found out about it about an hour after it happened, but I didn't go live with it. My mother and father are here. I was helping with my mother with some of the medical care for her, and I just didn't have time to really get down here and to get to the studio to get you that update. But so this morning we did some more research on this to find out just how serious it is. It looks like the intel that I'm getting that it's actually China who is behind this whole thing. It's not just North Korea acting out, although they are acting out, but China is prodding them to do it. China wants everyone to be nervous about what's happening in the South Pacific, because that does take pressure off of what's really happening in Europe with Russia and the information I have there. And I'm going to share that with you. Now, Mike Around the World gave us some major intel on this on that Patreon interview I did with Mike on Sunday night. After the Sunday night live broadcast, I interviewed Mike from around the world for a special exclusive Patreon interview. It's 35 minutes. It's exclusively on Patreon, and where Mike breaks out intel that has not been shared on the mainstream media. Even as I speak, it's not being shared, not yet. So you need to go and watch this. Meanwhile, while this is really ratcheting up to a crescendo, possibly, we have now North Korea and Japan, which really means China and everybody involved in the South Pacific. Everything's on high alert. Japan, Taiwan, the United States, China, the Koreas, both North and South Korea. All of this is really getting to a point where we're in dangerous territory now. We're really in uncharted waters as it relates to what's happening at this very moment. And so let me just give you some of the information on this. Here's what we're finding out this morning that's taking place right now. And that is, we know that Japan ordered their citizens to take shelter, to go underground yesterday after North Korea launched missiles toward them. They actually fired 2 of them. The government urged everyone in the country to find refuge either underground or in a building by the rocket, but the rocket that was reported to have flown over into the Pacific Ocean went directly over top of the entire nation of Japan. It was headed in their direction. Japanese citizens were ordered to seek shelter immediately underground or in buildings after North Korea fired a missile off its east coast toward Japan. The rocket appeared to have flown right over top of the island nation of Japan and landed on the other side in the Pacific Ocean, according to reports. The launch was confirmed by South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, with Japan's government then swiftly warning North Korea of what they had done and quickly red alert their citizens to take cover. This was a panic in Japan. An emergency tweet repeatedly ordered people to take cover. Emergency, take cover now. Missile incoming. Reading the civil protection information announced missile launch. The missiles believed to have been launched from North Korea. Evacuate inside a building or underground. Missile launch. Missile launch. I repeat, red alert. Missile launch is believed to have launched from North Korea heading toward Japan. Seek shelter safely in building or underground. This was what they said. A post from the Prime Minister's residence, disaster and crisis management information. Also, Twitter accounts by the government of Japan confirming that a missile fired from North Korea was headed toward the Japanese mainland. But we know now it landed on the other side of Japan in the Pacific Ocean. Missile has passed. Those reports came on a few minutes later as the situation was developing. So people panicking all over the country. Now, my son and his wife and my 2 grandkids who have just been staying here with us over the weekend, I was so thankful they're no longer in Japan after 3 years there. But danger doesn't just leave because of they left Japan. That doesn't end the danger for all of us here in America. It's because it's incredible what's taking place right now. We have a world spinning out of control, a world in chaos, a world in literally frozen in fear. And the Bible said there would be wars and rumors of wars, and nations would rise against nations. I'll read it to you. Matthew 24, verse 4. Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places, and all of these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, talking to the church now, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. And when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, Whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And he goes on and on and on, Matthew 24. So we are living in these dangerous, precarious times, perilous times, times of great sorrow. We can also call this times of the beginning, looks like, of Jacob's troubles. The hook is in the jaw with Russia, and there's so much more prophecy taking place. I'm going to talk about that in our live broadcast that's going to start at 12 noon Eastern. There's so much we've got to discuss. There's so much going on that we're living in these last days. Please give your life to Jesus Christ before it is absolutely too late. 12 noon. I'll be live at 12 noon Eastern with a full report on everything going on around the world on the coming apocalypse.
God, I'm so scared for this crooked generation. You even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation. Forgive us now the sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth.
Are you saved?
Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now when we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the stream. How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood.
Oh, yes, Lord.
Over the doorpost of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets.
Are you serious?
We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our golden season in the street. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our golden silver in the street.
Folks, we'll be back at 12 noon Eastern with a full broadcast. I'll see you at 12 noon Eastern right here, a full broadcast of everything going on the coming apocalypse. See you then.